Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm very excited to explaining and sharing about quantum physics and fundamental nature of energy and how these ideas relate to the powerful concept of called the law of attraction. So let's get started. What is the quantum physics? Quantum physics is the science that studies the behavior of the smallest particles in the universe, particles smaller than atoms like electrons and photons. It's the foundation of modern physics and has completely revolutionized our understanding of reality. So here are three key ideas from quantum physics. So first, wave particle duality. Scientists discovered that particles like electrons and photons can act both as a particles as waves. This is called wave particle duality. In one experiment called the double slit experiment, when electrons are shot through two slits onto a screen, they create a pattern of interference just like waves do. But when we observe them closely, they behave like particles again. What this tells us is that the act of observing something changes its behavior. So, second, the observer effect. This is one of the most fascinating aspects of quantum physics. The observer affects the outcome. When scientists try to measure a particle, the particle's behavior changes depending on whether or not it's been observed. The mere presence of consciousness seems to influence what happens. This idea has deep implications. It means that consciousness is not separate from reality, it interacts with it. Number three, quantum superposition and possibility. Quantum particles exist in multiple states at the same time. This is called superposition. It's only when we observe them that they choose one state to be in. Before observation, everything exists in a state of full potential. Imagine a coin spinning in the air. It's not heads or tails, it's both at the same time. It only becomes one when you catch it. That's how quantum particles behave. These principles challenge our traditional view of reality. They tell us that the universe isn't fixed, mechanical machine, but something fluid where the observer you plays a role in shaping that's real. Everything is energy. The universe made of energy. According to Einstein's famous equation, the energy are two sides of the same coin. What we think of as solid objects, tablets, chairs, even our bodies, are actually made of atoms, which are mostly empty space. And inside those atoms are particles that behave like vibrating energy. In other words, everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Number two, human thoughts have energy, even thoughts, right? Your thoughts are not just invisible things floating in your head. They are made of electrical impulses, tiny bursts of energy in the brain. We can even measure them using EEG machines. Different thoughts and emotions generate different frequencies of brain waves. For example, fear and stress produce lower frequencies. Joy, love, and gratitude produce higher frequencies. This brings us to a powerful idea. Your thoughts and emotions are not just inside of you, they are energetic vibrations that extend outward. In physics, there are principles called resonance. When two objects vibrate at similar frequencies, they can influence each other. Think of tuning forks or musical instruments. The same concept can apply to people. Have you ever walked into a room and felt someone's mood without them saying a word? That's energy in action. So, what is the law of attraction? The law of attraction is the idea that likes attract likes. What you focus on through thoughts, beliefs, emotions, you begin to attract into your life. If you focus on fear, you attract more fear. If you focus on abundance, you attract more abundance. If you believe you're unworthy, you'll experience events that reflect that belief. This law doesn't work like a magic. It works based on vibration and attention. Your brain is like an antenna. It tunes in the certain frequencies based on your thoughts and feelings. What you focus on becomes the signal you send out into the field of possibility. In quantum physics, all outcomes exists in a state of superposition. The, the one you collapse into reality is based on observation and intention. This idea aligns with what ancient spiritual traditions have always said: you create your own reality. Let's begin in bit of neuroscience here. The RAS is a network in the brainstem that filters information. If you constantly think about success, your brain begins to notice more opportunities that align with that. That's not magic, it's selective attention shaped by your thoughts. So, when you hold their strong beliefs and emotions about something, your brain and energy field collaborate with your environment to bring it into a reality. So, how to use this in daily life? So, let's move from theory to practice, right? So, first, awareness of thoughts. Become aware of the dominant thoughts and feelings you carry each day. Ask yourself, I am focusing on what I want or what I fear? Do my thoughts reflect abundance or scarcity? Use emotions as your internal GPS. If, if something feels good, hopeful, exciting, peaceful, it's like aligned with your higher vibration. If something feels heavy, it might be out of alignment. Quantum theory shows us that what you imagine can expect physical reality. Athletes use visualization to improve performance. Why not use it to visualize your goals and relationships or healing? So spend just 5 minutes a day picturing your desired outcome. Feel the emotions as if it's already real. Your brain and body begins to respond to those images energetically. Then gratitude as a magnetic force. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies we can emit. When you feel gratitude, you resonate at a level that attracts more things to be grateful for. A simple daily practice: Write down 3 things you are grateful for each day. Number 5, detach and trust. This is one of the hardest steps. Once you set your intention and align emotionally, release the outcome. Trust the process. Just as in quantum fields, the how is unknown, but the potential is already present. So, therefore, quantum physics has shown us that reality is not as fixed we once believed. Particles exist in a multiple states until they're observed. Consciously, consciousness affects outcomes. Energy is the building block of everything, and your thoughts are energy. When we combine this with an understanding of human potential, it comes clear. You are not a passive observer of life, you are participant in its creation. The law of attraction, whether you see it as a spiritual belief or a natural extension of quantum principles, invites to you to deliberate with your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. As you live today, I encourage you to remember that the universe is not something that happens to you, it's something that responds to you. You are a creator of your reality, and the field of possibility is always waiting for your next vibration. Thank you for being me until here. So let's meet again our next video. Thank you.